Prince Harry departed from Prince William with a bittersweet feeling, says Royal Insider. The source revealed Harry was heartbroken as he left William for US. While his relationship with father Prince Charles was always tumultuous, the brothers were each other's support for the longest time. Charles is portrayed as the villain, confides a Royals insider, who was an emotionally unavailable father to his youngest son. Harry got into verbal fights with Charles, and they wouldn't talk for weeks. Speaking of William, the insider added, Harry felt mixed emotions of sadness and fury when they drifted apart, explains the insider. He still hasn't forgiven William for opposing his marriage to Meghan Markle, but there were other fractures in their brotherhood, too. Harry went through periods of loneliness in the royal family, and there was favoritism. The other royals often took William's side over Harry, explains the insider. It's very easy for people to say that Harry was born with a silver spoon in his mouth and call him ungrateful, but, as the saying goes, the grass is always greener, notes the insider. Playing the royal role is something Harry has struggled with his entire life, and it has impacted his mental health. He didn't overcome his issues overnight, and he's still learning, but he wants to get the word out to never give up. Harry calls quitting the royal family and moving to California with Meghan, 40, the best thing he has ever done. He claims that he wouldn't return to life as a full-time royal for any amount of money. The source adds, he does miss the Queen, some of his old friends and going to the local pub, but Harry is happy in California. Meanwhile, the Duke and Duchess of Cambridge are set to move into Adelaide Cottage on the grounds of Windsor Castle before their 3 children, Prince George, Princess Charlotte, and Prince Louis, start a new school term in September. The young family are set to move into the modest 4-bedroom cottage near the Queen's permanent residence. The move will allow the Duke to keep in close contact with Her Majesty and her staff, with her private secretary and closest aides working from the castle. Royal experts have suggested the move to Windsor is to allow William to spend more time with his 96-year-old grandmother as he steps up his royal duties in preparation for one day becoming king. The family's move from Kensington Palace to the cottage nearest to Her Majesty's residence has been welcomed by fans of the Cambridges, arguing that it marks a stark difference in Prince Harry's life in the United States. Royal fan Katiana commented, "Glad the Cambridges will be close to the Queen. Harry is spending 4 days a week in the gym and playing polo weekly. Good thing the Queen doesn't depend on him as he tried to make out. William and Catherine will be there and do the right thing for him." Another royal fan said, "The Cambridge devotion to family and duty is a breath of fresh air in Windsor." The move has been dubbed a downsize by royal observers who point out that the cottage will have no live-in staff or renovations. Royal expert Neil Shawn said, Prince William and Kate have decided to move back into the grounds of Windsor Castle to be close to Her Majesty the Queen. They are making sure that the very right people are around her. They are going to move into a modest 4-bedroom cottage, Adelaide Cottage. No renovations will be taking place and they will be looking after themselves with no staff on hand. There will, of course, be staff nearby at Windsor Castle but no live-in staff as before. Adelaide Cottage requires no renovations or extra protection as it falls under the already high security of the wider Windsor estate. The Cambridges will be the first members of the royal family to live there. It has previously been occupied by the families of Simon Rhodes, son of the Queen's cousin Margaret Rhodes, and Sir Hugh Roberts, former director of the Royal Collection. Its best-known resident was Peter Townsend, who lived there from 1944 with his wife and 2 sons. He later struck up a relationship with Princess Margaret.